Haha, Naibe's really feeling those emotes. And yeah, the Ferrari supercars are definitely giving everyone a run for their money. Those 40 and 50 GTS are beasts on the track. It's like watching a classic showdown. Who would you guys put your money on? What a start! Eva's John 7 is taking the lead right out of the gate, showing some impressive speed. Right behind, we've Got Wayne 94 hanging tight in second place, not letting EU's John 7 get too far ahead. And let's not forget the gentleman in third, looking for opportunities to pounce. He's definitely in the mix. It's shaping up to be a thrilling race already. Currently, Trio Koki has successfully moved up to position 9 after overtaking Tenkoman in 7, Onward and 4. In the battle for position 11, Uzirius Guy and Amin-san are closely competing against each other, showcasing some tight racing. Meanwhile, Edelbach has advanced to position 20 following an overtake of New Texan. The race dynamics continue to shift as these drivers jockey for better positions on the track. Feds is currently in P27 after a strong performance, having overtaken 6 cars in quick succession. Meanwhile, Aaron Jaktiev has climbed to P31, gaining 4 positions. In contrast, Red Panama is experiencing difficulties, slipping back 10 spots to P36. The dynamics of the race are intensifying as drivers jockey for position. Huggett Free has just executed a clean overtake on Wayne 94, moving up to P3 twice. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 has made a solid move to pass Simple Marcus and secure 6. In the lower positions, Tenkamin in 704 has climbed to P9 after overtaking Aminsund at D. The race is tightening up as these drivers gain ground. ISI 1212 is making significant progress, narrowing the gap to Maya by 25 seconds. Meanwhile, Red Panama has climbed to position 30 after successfully overtaking Aaron GTD. In another move, Nukembokem has advanced to position 32, passing Suzanne Greenberg. T. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers gain ground on their competitors. Currently, Aerafale is gaining on the man, reducing the gap to 9.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Areo Serial has made an advancement to 13 after successfully overtaking Okayoki 3. The dynamics on the track are shifting as these drivers continue to push their limits. Currently, Okayoki 3 has successfully moved into 14 after an overtake on Areo Serial. Additionally, Planetary Nandi Mifan and Sir Ironbot have made progress, advancing to P32 with a pass on Mukambukam. Target 3 has successfully moved into P2 after a clean overtake on the gentleman, who now holds P3. Simpler markers in the Ferrari i40 LM and Amundsen in the Dora 962L are locked in a tight battle for pate, with neither willing to give an inch. Meanwhile, Planetary Nandi Mifan and Sir Ironbot have both advanced to P31 after overtaking Eranjit Date. The dynamics of the race continue to shift as drivers jostle for positions. Currently, Wuzirius Guy is in 10 after successfully overtaking simpler markers. Red Panama has made a notable gain, moving up to P25 by passing Amy. Meanwhile, both Planetary Nandi Mifan and Sir Ironbot have advanced to P30, with Feds being the car they overtook. The race continues to be dynamic as positions shift among the drivers. Wainter 94 has significantly closed the gap to Hugger 3 by 4.2 seconds, positioning himself for a potential overtake. Kamikaze 38 has successfully moved up to 6 after overtaking Lord of the Jungle. Meanwhile, Greninja from Team Also No Name Racing has advanced to P11 by passing simple markers. Hugget 3 is now in foul after successfully overtaking Kamikaze 38. Kamikaze 38 has dropped to 5 but quickly countered by overtaking Duff Dad, reclaiming some ground. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 from No Name Racing is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Suzanne Greenberg by 3 seconds, indicating a likely battle for position soon. Wuzirius Guy has moved up to P9 after a successful overtake on Tenkamena 704, who is now trying to regain that position. The battle for P9 intensifies as they jockey for position. Meanwhile, Naibe in the McLaren F1 LM and Edru Irvin in the Mercedes-Benz Kyokai GTR are locked in a fight for PT1. showcasing a close contest as they navigate the track. Simflamarkers and Okayoki 3 are locked in an intense battle for P12, with Simflamarkers in the Ferrari I40LN and Okayoki 3 driving the Dauer 962 L162 Elm. A close overtake attempt from Okayoki 3 as they approach the first corner, but Simflamarkers holds the line. In another duel, Arayu Serial is challenging Alpine SD for 14. Arayu Serial, behind the wheel of the Dauer 962 Elm, is trying to gain ground on Alpine SD in the Ferrari 50 GT. Arayu Serial is making a move on the inside. It's a tight squeeze that they manage to stay side by side. Meanwhile, Maya has successfully moved up to P32 after overtaking New Kembokum, showcasing some solid racing skills. SE1212 has significantly closed the gap to Suzanne Greenberg by 6.6 seconds, indicating a strong pace as they approach the final stretch. Kamikaze 38 from Team Wanga Midnight Runners has successfully moved into par after overtaking Wayne 94. Meanwhile, Duff Dad is also making progress, narrowing the distance to Wayne 94 by 2.1 seconds, suggesting potential for another change in position soon. Wayne 94 from Team Waynden Midnight Runners has successfully moved up to 5, executing a clean overtake on Kamikaze 38. Maya has made a notable advancement to P32 after overtaking Feds. Meanwhile, Isiona 1212 is closing the gap to Suzanne Greenberg, reducing the distance by 3.1 seconds as they continue to battle on the track. Neo Texum and Etroaven are currently engaged in a tight battle for 20th position. Neo Texum is piloting the McLaren F1 LM, while Etroverne is behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz Kyoko KHER. The two cars are closely matched in speed, with Neo Texum attempting to find an opening to overtake. In the meantime, ISI 1212 is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Suzanne Greenberg by 4.2 seconds. This indicates that ISI 1212 is gaining momentum and could challenge for that position soon. The dynamics in both these battles are contributing to the overall intensity of the race. Isiona 1212 has significantly closed the gap to Aranjactith Dave, now just 5.6 seconds behind. Kamikaze 38 from Team 1 the mid runners has advanced to 5 by overtaking Wayne 94. Though a close battle is developing between Kamikaze 38 and Wayne 94 for that 5th position, indicating some intense competition in the midfield. Currently, about 30 Llamas has advanced to position 18 after successfully overtaking Edelbolt. Neither from Team Still No Name Racing has gained ground as well, moving up to position 21 by overtaking Etroverne. Meanwhile, Etroverne has made a comeback, now in position 22, after overtaking Neo Texum. The dynamic on the track is shifting as these cars jockey for better placements. ISI 1212 has successfully made a move, advancing to P35 after overtaking Aranjactv. The maneuver showed good timing and precision, demonstrating effective use of the racing line. Simpromakers has significantly closed the gap to Wazirius Guy, now trailing by just 8.5 seconds. In the battle for P26, Koki Bananity in the Porsche 909 93 GT2 is closely challenging the man in the Ford G90, creating an exciting dynamic as they fight for position. The competition remains tight as they navigate the track. The man has successfully moved up to P26 after overtaking Koki Bananity. The maneuver was clean and efficient, showcasing good timing and positioning. Meanwhile, the pack ahead remains tightly contested, with several cars jockeying for position as they approach a series of sharp turns. Naiba from Team Still No Name Racing has made a notable advancement, now in P21, after successfully overtaking Etroverne Ordem de Toa. Meanwhile, ISI 1212 has also gained ground, moving up to P33 by surpassing Fed. The race continues to see shifts in positions as the drivers push for better placements. Simplamarkers and Okayoki 3 are locked in a close battle for P13. Simplamarkers in the Ferrari i40LN is currently holding the inside line, while Okayoki 3 in the Dowan 962L is trying to gain traction on the outside. As they approach the tight turn, Simplamarkers maintains a narrow lead. Okayoki 3 is attempting to dive inside as they exit the corner, but Simplamarkers has positioned well. The gap remains just a few car lengths as they head down the straight, with Okayoki 3 looking for a slipstream advantage. Simplamarkers is defending expertly, not giving any room for an overtake. The tension builds as they continue their fight for that crucial position. Huggett is indeed gaining on Uyas John 7, reducing the gap to 2.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Lord of the Jungle from Team Also Known Name Racing has successfully moved into 6th after overtaking Waintra 94. Additionally, Arias Serial has advanced to P14, getting past Okayoki 3 from Team Racing Potatoes. The race dynamics are shifting as positions are changing rapidly. Greninjep has successfully moved up to Pate, executing an overtake on Amundsen. Both drivers are from Team Nafgum Kings, with Greninjep in a Ferrari i50 GT, and Amundsen piloting a Dole 962 LM. The battle for Pate is heating up as they continue to race closely. Meanwhile, Neo-Texan has advanced to P22 after overtaking a Treverne. Greninjep has successfully moved up to Pen after overtaking Rosirius Guy. In the meantime, El Pio SD is making significant progress, narrowing the gap to Rosirius Guy from Team No Name Racing by 3.6 seconds. Additionally, Amy has advanced to P23, having overtaken a Treverne. Duff Dad is currently in P3 after successfully overtaking Kamikaze 88, who now sits in Fower. Kamikaze 38 managed to regain some momentum, and has overtaken Waintra 94, who is now in 5. Meanwhile, Waintra 94 has just executed an overtake on Hug 3, pushing Hug 3 down to 6. The positions are tightening up as the race progresses. Haha. It sounds like some serious drama is unfolding out there. Day 50 and 40 are having a rough time. Maybe they just can't handle the pressure. Base. Wheat. TSI. And Wayne Train. Don't worry. Those positions can flip in a heartbeat. Overtakes are just around the corner. Let's see some epic comebacks. Who's your pick for the win? Checkered flag. Edelbach has made significant progress, moving up 5 positions to claim 14. Neotexum is closing in on Etreven, reducing the gap by 9 seconds, indicating a potential challenge for that position soon. Simplamarcus, however, is experiencing difficulties, dropping back 13 spots, and now sitting at P30. Looks like things are getting intense out there. Can't win them all, right? Just gotta focus on the next race. Oh, Zevon. Currently, Hugger 3 has advanced to position 11, after successfully overtaking Lord of the Jungle. Following that, Lord of the Jungle from Team Also No Name Racing, has regained some ground, moving up to position 12 by overtaking Granjib. Betting. In response, Granjib has made a move of their own, pushing past Amundsen, and securing position 13. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as these drivers jockey for better placements on the track. Amundsen has encountered issues, dropping back 6 positions to P24. Meanwhile, Duff Dad and Kamikaze 38 are locked in a tight battle for P3, exchanging positions frequently. Edelbach has made progress, moving up to P18 after successfully overtaking Naibi. The race dynamics continue to shift as these positions evolve. Wunziri's Guy is currently in P2, and has reduced the gap to Wayne Train 94 in Pone by 4 seconds, indicating a strong push as they approach the final laps. Meanwhile, Simplamarcus has advanced to P27, successfully overtaking Amy from Team Death Robots, who has now dropped to P28. The competition is intensifying in the middle of the pack. Haha, I know, right? The F40 might have taken a beating, but at least it didn't get totally left behind. And poor Amin, just sitting there stranded like anybody wanna lend a hand. Grinning, squinting face, but hey, it's all part of the crazy racing fun. ISI 1212 has successfully advanced to position 24, executing a clean overtaking maneuver on both Plane Train Animifan and Sir Ironbot.e. Following that, Plane Train Animifan and Sir Ironbot have climbed to position 25 after overtaking Simple Marcus. Simple Marcus, meanwhile, has made a move to position 26 by passing Koki by Ninity. The race remains competitive as positions shuffle among the mid-pack drivers. Kamikaze 38 has taken the lead and is now in pole after successfully overtaking Duff Dad. Duff Dad is currently in P2, having moved up by overtaking Hughes John 7. In another part of the track, ISI 1212 has advanced to P23, overtaking both Plan Train and Imifan and Sir Ironbot.2. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race continues. Target 3 has surged into P2 after an impressive maneuver, overtaking 9 cars in quick succession. Hughes John 7 is making significant progress as well, narrowing the gap to Okayoki 3 by 13.9 seconds. Meanwhile, Array Serial is also gaining on Hughes John 7, reducing the distance by 28.5 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as these drivers push their limits. Tenkamen in 7-4 is now just 1.5 seconds behind Wazirius Guy, continuing to close the gap. In the mid-pack, El PIOSD has successfully overtaken Aria Serial and moved up to P11. Meanwhile, Simple Marcus has gained some ground, advancing to P24 after overtaking both Planetainen Anafan and Sir Ironbot. The race dynamics are shifting as positions change. Hughes John 7 is showing strong pace as they close in on Duff Dad, narrowing the gap by 3 seconds. Meanwhile, One Series Guy is also making moves, reducing the distance to Waintra 94 by 2.5 seconds. In the midfield, Cookie Bananity has gained positions, and is now up to P8 after overtaking both Planetrain Animifan and Sir Ironbot. The race dynamics are shifting. Maya has made significant progress, reducing the gap to ISI 1212 by 42.3 seconds. ISI 1212, representing No Name Racing, is currently holding position, but will need to defend against Maya's charge. The dynamics are shifting as Maya continues to gain on ISI 1212 Tuesta. Duffdad has successfully moved into P3 after executing a clean overtake on Kamikaze 38. The maneuver was precise, showcasing Duffdad's ability to capitalize on an opening as they approached the first turn. Kamikaze 38 now sits in Fa, trying to regain momentum. Meanwhile, the leader continues to maintain a solid gap at the front. Ranger 94 has successfully climbed to 7 after executing a clean overtake on Tenkamina 74. Meanwhile, Tenkamina 74 responds by moving up to Pate, overtaking Wazirius Guy. This has set up an interesting battle for Pate between Tenkamina 704 and Wazirius Guy from Team No Name Racing, as they jockey for position in close quarters. The gentleman has taken the lead, now in pole after successfully overtaking Huggard 3 from Team Naf Gum Kings. In the midfield, Barbardo has made a move and is now in 17, having overtaken Edelbach. The battle for 17 continues as Barbardo in his McLaren F1 LM faces off against Edelbach in the Ferrari I40 LM. Both drivers are pushing hard as they jockey for position. Rafael has significantly closed the gap on Suzanne Greenberg, now just 32.2 seconds behind her. Meanwhile, Aaron Deltagave is also making progress, reducing his distance to Rafael by 38.7 seconds. In another development, Wazirius Guy has successfully overtaken Tenkan Mainan 704, moving up to 8th position. Nukem Bokum is indeed making significant progress, reducing the gap to Feds by 4.2 seconds in the last lap. Meanwhile, Turbo Turtle has moved into 4th place, overtaking Speedy Zloff on the inside line. The top 3 remain stable with Feds holding on to 2nd, while the leader, Veloce maintains a comfortable lead. Keep an eye on Nukem Bokum. If this pace continues, an overtake could be imminent. Cargo 3 has taken the lead, now in pole after successfully overtaking the gentleman. Rafael has made significant progress, moving up to P33 with an overtake on Feds. Meanwhile, Aranjet AE is closing in on Feds, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. Edelbach currently holds the lead, but Bobardo is making significant progress, reducing the gap to 2.1 seconds. The AI-driven cars are maintaining high speeds through the curves, and it looks like Bobardo is gaining momentum on the straightaways. Meanwhile, third place, Centaro, is trailing behind but keeping a steady pace, not losing touch with the leaders. There's potential for an exciting overtaking maneuver if Bobardo continues this pace. The man has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Simple Marcos by 3.9 seconds. Simple Marcos is currently in third position, while the man is in fourth. The battle for the podium is heating up as they approach the next turn. Meanwhile, the lead remains stable with the top two cars maintaining their positions. The dynamics of this race are shifting as we enter the final laps. Kamikaze 38 has successfully moved up to power after executing a clean overtake on used John 7. The maneuver was smooth, showcasing precise timing and control. Meanwhile, used John 7 drops to 5, adjusting their strategy as the race continues. The battle for positions is intensifying further up the grid. Car, LPOSD from Team Starline Pixels has successfully moved up to position 11, executing a clean overtake on Car Rayu Serial. The maneuver demonstrates good timing and precision as they navigate through the tight corners. ISI 1212 is now just 2.3 seconds behind the man, showing strong pace as they approach the next corner. Meanwhile, TurboFox has made a successful overtake on Speedsterks, moving up to 4th position. In the back, Races is trying to fend off an aggressive challenge from Blaze, who's looking for a way through. The top three remain tight, with the man still holding the lead, but ISI 1212 is gaining ground quickly. Lord of the Jungle has successfully moved up to 5 after an impressive overtake on Uzon 7. The maneuver was executed on the main straight, showcasing a strong acceleration and precise timing. Uzon 7 now sits in 6 as the race continues to unfold. Koki Beninity from No Name Racing has significantly reduced the gap to Amy, now down to 10.5 seconds. In the battle for position, Uzon 7 has successfully moved up to 6 after overtaking Wayne Trey 94. This has sparked a fierce competition between Uzon 7 and Wayne Trey 94, as they continue to contest that 6th spot. Serious Guy has just made a strong move to claim 7, successfully overtaking Wayne Trey 94 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners. The two are now engaged in a close battle for that position. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 has made some progress, advancing to P23 by overtaking the man. The race continues to see dynamic shifts in positions as drivers jostle for their places on the track. New Texum has successfully advanced to P19 after executing an overtake on Red Panama. Issy 1212 has also made progress, moving up to P22 by overtaking Etrivan.O. Meanwhile, Koki Beninity is now in P25 after overtaking the man. Serious Guy and Tenkamin 704 are locked in a tight battle for 8th place, with both cars exchanging positions aggressively. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 has made a notable advancement, moving up to 21st place after successfully overtaking Etrivan. In response, Etrivan has also gained ground, now in 22nd after passing Red Panama de West Asia. The race dynamics continue to shift as these drivers push their limits. Simplamarkers has successfully overtaken Neo Texan, and is now in P19. The man has also made a move, advancing to P25 after passing Koki Beninity. Meanwhile, Naibe is gaining ground on both Plaintrain Animafan and Sirironbot, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. Lord of the Jungle has encountered issues and dropped 6 positions, now sitting in P11. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 has successfully overtaken Uzon 7 and advanced to P3 door, Jones 7 responded by overtaking Waintra 94, securing power for the moment. The race remains competitive as these drivers adjust their strategies. Nukem Buckham from Team Death Robots is making significant progress, closing the gap to Maya by a remarkable 578.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Edelbach has successfully moved up to 16 after executing an impressive overtake maneuver, involving approximately 30 llamas, showcasing some strong driving skills. The race dynamics continue to shift as these positions evolve. Lobada has significantly reduced the distance to about 30 llamas, now just 47.3 seconds behind. ISI 1212 is also making moves, decreasing the gap to simple markers by 2.2 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as these competitors push their limits. ISI 1212 has successfully moved up to P19, executing a clean overtake on simple markers. Simple markers now drops to P20. The race continues to be competitive as positions shuffle throughout the field. Simple Markers is now just 7.7 seconds behind Neo Texan, making significant progress in catching up. Meanwhile, Tankerman in 704 has successfully moved into 6th after overtaking Wazirius Guy from Team No Name Racing. The battle for 6 continues as Tankerman in 700 and Wazirius Guy are closely matched, vying for position in a tight contest. Kokibinenity is making significant progress, now just 18.4 seconds behind Naibe from Still No Name Racing. In P13, Grinning Jeb has successfully overtaken LPOSD, advancing his position. Meanwhile, LPOSD has countered by moving up to 14, getting past Edelbach. The dynamics are shifting as the race evolves. Maya from Team Death Robots is making significant progress, reducing her gap to Amy by 52 seconds. Bobardo has successfully moved up to 16 after overtaking Edelbach. Meanwhile, Red Panam is gaining on Atrevern, narrowing the distance by 2.4 seconds. The competition is heating up as positions shift on the track. Lord of the Jungle has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Okeoki 3 by 6.44 seconds. The competition is heating up as they continue to chase down the Racing Potatoes driver. Meanwhile, about 30 Llamas has successfully overtaken Edelbach, moving up to position 17. The race dynamics are shifting, as these cars battle for better placements on the track. Tenkamin 704 has significantly reduced the gap to Waintra 94, now trailing by just 2.2 seconds. Tenkamin 704's pace appears to be increasing as they navigate through the corners more efficiently, while Waintra 94 is maintaining a solid line that seems to be under pressure. The gap will be worth monitoring as we head into the next set of turns. Renin Jeb is now just 2.1 seconds behind Lord of the Jungle as they navigate through the tight corners of Sector 3 Kai. The gap is definitely narrowing, indicating a potential overtake in the near future if Renin Jeb maintains this pace. Meanwhile, in the midfield, Speedybot has made a successful move on Knight Rider, gaining a position and moving into 5th place. The dynamics are shifting as the cars push their limits. Suzanne Greenberg is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Nukem Bokum from Team Death Robots by 5.8 seconds. She is steadily gaining ground and seems poised for a potential overtake if this trend continues. The race dynamics are shifting as she applies pressure on the leader. Tenkaman in 704 has made a significant move, now holding the 5th position after overtaking Waintra 94. Meanwhile, Waintra 94 is engaged in a tight battle with Wazirius Guy for 6, with both cars closely matching each other's pace. In a different part of the field, Feds has advanced to P32, successfully overtaking AI Rafael. The race dynamics are shifting as positions change rapidly. JTA has significantly reduced the gap to Nukembukem, now trailing by just 34 seconds. In the battle for 5, Tenkamin 704 is closely contesting with Wazirius Sky from Team No Name Racing. Meanwhile, Arroyo Serial is making a move on Wayne 24, cutting down the distance by 2.5 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers push their limits. Maya is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Koki Binary from Team No Name Racing by 50.5 seconds. In the meantime, about 30 Llamas has executed a successful overtake on Bobardo, moving up to 16. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers push their limits on the track. One Serious Guy has successfully moved into 5, overtaking Tenkamin in 704, who is now battling to reclaim that position. Meanwhile, about 30 Lamas has advanced to 16 after overtaking Bobardo. The dynamics in the middle of the pack are heating up with these moves. Herd 3 has successfully closed the gap to Tenkamen in 704, now trailing by just 4.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Naibi has made a notable move up to P24 after overtaking the man. The two are currently engaged in a close battle for that position, with Naibi in a McLaren LM and the man in a Ford Jeep 90, showcasing their driving skills as they jostle for track position. Kamikaze 38 has made significant progress, now only 8.5 seconds behind Duffdad, as they navigate through the tight corners. Okayoki 3 is also gaining ground on Lord of the Jungle, reducing the distance to 19.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Amy is making a strong push, cutting down her gap to the man by 51.5 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as these competitors find their rhythm on the track. Wayne 94 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners has made significant progress, overtaking 4 cars and securing P22 Karzistinio. Also, shortly after that, Bulgar 3 from Team Nafgom Kings also displayed impressive speed, moving up 5 positions to take P3. However, Wayne 94 regained the spotlight by overtaking Hugrid 3, solidifying their position at P22. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly, as both drivers showcase their skills. OSD from Team Starline Pixels is now just 9 seconds behind Arayu Serial, showcasing significant speed in the last laps. Meanwhile, Hugo 3 has reduced the distance to Waintra 94 by 3.2 seconds, indicating a potential battle for positions soon. In a notable move, Green Jeb has advanced to P9 after successfully overtaking Tenkamin 704, gaining momentum in the race. Unziri's Gaia significantly closed the gap on Waintra 94, now just 48 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Duff Dad and Kamikaze 38 are locked in a tight battle for third place, exchanging positions as they navigate the track. The dynamics between these drivers are intensifying as they push their cars to the limit. Simplamarcus has now advanced to P21 after successfully overtaking Issy 1212 on the main straight Jadivesti. The maneuver was clean, showcasing good timing and acceleration. Meanwhile, the battle for P19 is heating up, with both drivers maintaining close proximity. Neotexum currently leads the pack, but is under pressure from Issy 1212, who has reduced the gap to 2.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Naibi from Team No Name Racing is also making gains, closing in on Issy 1212 by 3.6 seconds. The battle for position is intensifying as these cars jockey for advantage on the track. Simplamarcus has made a successful overtake on Itrivan, moving up to P20. The maneuver was clean, showcasing excellent racing lines and timing. The competition in the mid-pack is heating up as drivers continue to jostle for position. Duff Dad from Team Live for Speed has successfully moved into power after overtaking Kamikaze 8. Meanwhile, Grenijab has advanced to P7, getting past Waintra 94. A close battle is now unfolding between Grenijab and Waintra 94 for that P7 position, with Grenijab in a Ferrari 50 GT and Waintra 94 in a Dollar 962 LM. The dynamics in the midfield are heating up as they jockey for position. Neotexum is gaining on Issy 1212, reducing the gap to 16.4 seconds. Meanwhile, Naibi is also making progress, closing in on the man with a 58-second deficit. In contrast, Edelbach is struggling and has dropped back 6 positions, now sitting at P25 in the standings. Sirius Guy has made significant progress, now holding P2 after a successful overtake on the gentleman. This move puts him firmly in contention at the front of the pack. Meanwhile, Arayu Serial is closing in on Tenkamen in 704, reducing the gap by 4.1 seconds, indicating a potential battle for position soon. The dynamics of the race are shifting as these drivers show their competitive edge. Sirius Guy has experienced significant issues and has dropped back to 15th position, losing 11 spots. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 has successfully overtaken Duff Dad and is now in 4th place. Duff Dad is currently in 5th after passing Grinning Jeb, who has now slipped to 6th. The race dynamics are shifting quickly as positions continue to change. Simpler Marcus has made significant progress, reducing their gap to about 30 llamas by 534.8 seconds. Bobardo is also closing in on Etrivan, decreasing the distance by 575 seconds. The competition is intensifying as Simple Markers continues to chase down those llamas, showing strong performance in this segment of the race. Both drivers are demonstrating strategic speed and efficiency in their maneuvers. Edgerburn has successfully moved into 20th position, executing a clean overtake on Neotexan from Team Nafgong Kings. This marks a notable advancement for Etrivan as they continue to push through the pack. The man has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Neotexan by 43 seconds, indicating a strong push towards the front. Meanwhile, Newcomb Bockham is narrowing the distance to Suzanne Greenberg, closing in by 10 seconds. In recent action, Kamikaze 38 has successfully overtaken Lord of the Jungle, now securing the P3 position. The dynamics are shifting as competitors strive for better placements. Duff Dad is continuing to close the gap on Hugged 3, now down to 2.3 seconds. Tenkamen in 7 Horror has made a notable move up to 6 after overtaking Waintra 90T4. Okeoki 3 has also advanced, now in P11 following an overtake on Granger from Team, also No Name Racing. The positions are shifting as the race progresses. Red Panama has successfully moved into 17, executing a clean overtake on Serious Guy. The maneuver was smooth, showcasing good acceleration out of the previous corner. Serious Guy is now back in P18, while Red Panama looks set to chase down the next competitor ahead. Maya is making significant progress, reducing the gap to ISI 1212 by 540.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Gobardo has successfully overtaken Serious Guy and has moved up to position 19. The race dynamics are shifting as Maya continues her pursuit of ISI 1212. John 7 and Tenkamini 704 are closely matched, with Tenkamini 704 attempting an inside line at the turn. But John 7 holds firm in 5. Meanwhile, Naibe has made a significant move up to P21, successfully overtaking Edelbocht. Edelbocht, now in P22, responds quickly and manages to overtake the man, who drops to P23. The competition remains tight as positions fluctuate throughout the pack. Kokibanenity has made significant progress, reducing the gap to the man by 9.5 seconds, now just a few car lengths behind. Meanwhile, Planettrain Anemifan and Sir Ironbot are making strides toward ISI 1212, with a notable reduction in their distance by 242.7 seconds. The dynamics in this segment indicate a competitive atmosphere as Kokibanenity continues to close in on the man, setting the stage for a potential overtake. Gobardo is now closing in on simple markers, reducing the gap significantly by 56.6 seconds. The man has made a notable advancement, moving up to P23 after successfully overtaking Kokibanenity. The pace is picking up as the race continues. Rafael is currently gaining on Feds, reducing the gap to 47 seconds. Meanwhile, Planettrain Anemifan and Sir Ironbot have both moved up to position 26 after overtaking me. Now there's an intense battle for P26 among Planettrain Anemifan in the De Tomaso Pantera G5, Sir Ironbot, and myself driving a vector weight. The competition is heating up. Maya from Team Death Robots is rapidly closing in on Amy, reducing the gap by 48 seconds. Meanwhile, Suzanne Greenberg has made a notable move, advancing to P31 after successfully overtaking Feds. The dynamics of the race continue to shift as these positions change. IC1212 has successfully reduced the gap to Koki Beninity by 2.1 seconds, indicating a strong push and speed. The distance is now approximately 5.4 seconds, making it a potential overtaking opportunity if IC maintains this pace. Koki Beninity will need to defend aggressively to keep the lead intact. Meanwhile, behind them, Player 3 is also gaining ground, narrowing the gap on the cars ahead. The race dynamics are heating up as positions start to shift. IC1212 is continuing to close the gap on Koki Beninity, now down to 4 seconds. In a tight battle for P26, Amy in her Vector Wade is fighting hard against Plain Mathan and Siraran Bot, both piloting the Tommaso Pantera G5 vehicles. The competition is heating up as they jockey for position. Naibe in the McLaren F1 LM is currently defending against Edelbach in the Ferrari i40 Elm for 21st position. Naibe is holding a tight line through the corners, while Edelbach is looking for an opportunity to overtake. They are both closely matched in terms of speed, but Edelbach is attempting to get alongside Naibe on the main straight. Naibe maintains the inside line into the first turn, successfully keeping his position for now. The battle continues as they head into the next series of turns, with Edelbach still searching for an opening to execute an overtake. Tankaman in 704 is currently in 6, reducing the gap to Duffdad in 5 by 2.3 seconds. About 30 Llamas is in Pate, and has closed the distance to Elapios D in 7 by 3 seconds. Issy 12-12-12 has made a successful overtake on Koki Beninity, moving up to P24. The race is tightening in these midfield battles as drivers push for position. Rafael, in the Maserati Ghibli, is currently holding off a challenge from Aranjiti in the Toyota Supra 93 for P33. Rafael has managed to maintain a slight edge, but Aranjiti is applying pressure as they exit the last corner. They are now approaching the straight, and Rafael is defending the inside line. Overtake attempts might be imminent if Aranjiti can find a gap. The two drivers are closely matched in speed, making this an interesting duel for position. Echerworm has advanced to 16 after successfully overtaking Red Panamaba. Simple Marcus is gaining on Red Panamama, reducing the gap by 2.9 seconds. Meanwhile, Suzanne Greenberg has made a move up to P30, passing Nukem Bochum. Tenkaminen 704 and Ayuja John 7 are closely matched as they approach the final turn of the lap, with Tenkaminen 700 and 4 slightly ahead. Tenkaminen 704 takes a tighter line, gaining an edge, while Yujong 7 tries to maintain speed on the outside. They are side by side as they exit the turn. Tenkaminen 74 maintains 5 for now, but Yujong 7 is not giving up easily. The gap remains minimal as they head towards the straight. Kamikaze 38 has successfully moved into P2 after overtaking Huggard Free, who is now in P3. The battle between Kamikaze 38's Dower 962 LN and Huggard Free's Ferrari 50 GT is intensifying as they push for position. Meanwhile, Amy has advanced to P25, having overtaken both Planetrain Anime Fan and Sir Ironbot Doughty. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions change. Maya has significantly reduced the gap to Koki Beninity by 50.1 seconds, showcasing impressive pace. Meanwhile, Wayne Train 94 has successfully moved up to 6 after overtaking Tenkaminen 7044. In another battle, about 30 Llamas is closing in on El POSD, narrowing the distance by 2.5 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting with these movements as drivers push their limits. Neo-Texum has made significant progress, reducing the gap to a Truvern by 48.7 seconds. Haggard 3 is also applying pressure, narrowing the distance to the gentleman by 230 seconds. It appears that both drivers are focused on making their moves as the race continues. Use John 7 and Wayne 94 are closely matched as they approach the hairpin turn. Use John 7 takes the inside line, attempting to gain an advantage. They remain side by side through the corner, with Wayne 94 fighting back on the outside. As they exit the turn, Use John 7 manages to pull ahead slightly, holding on to 5. However, Wayne 94 is not giving up easily, and is gearing up for another attack. The gap between them is minimal, and the tension is building as they head toward the straight. Lord of Jungle has successfully moved into P9 after overtaking Okayoki 3. Meanwhile, Edelbach is making significant progress, closing the gap to a Treven by 2.4 seconds, indicating an upcoming challenge for that position. Issy 1212 from No Name Racing is making significant progress, narrowing the gap to Nibe from still No Name Racing by 36.4 seconds. The pace is increasing as Issy 1212 approaches, showcasing impressive speed and strategy. Unto. The dynamics are shifting as we continue to monitor their positions closely. Hogarth 3 has taken the lead, moving up to Pone after successfully overtaking him. Simpler Marcos has made a notable move as well, advancing to 16 by overtaking Red Panama. The race continues to see some strategic maneuvering as positions shift. The gentleman has successfully moved into second place, overtaking Kamikaze 38, who is now in third. Usus Johnson is making significant progress, closing the gap to Kamikaze 38 by 38.9 seconds as they continue to push for a better position. The dynamics at the front are shifting with these overtakes and aggressive driving. Tenkamen 704 is gaining momentum, reducing the gap to Duff Dad by 32 seconds. Greninjeb is also making strides, closing in on Tenkamen 704 by 8.2 seconds. Kamikaze 38 has made a move into 6th, successfully overtaking Arayu Serial. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers push their limits. Currently, Okayogi 3 is gaining on Arayu Serial, with a gap reduction of 63.5 seconds. Naiba is also making progress, narrowing the distance to Edelbok by 49.4 seconds. The gentleman has successfully moved into P2 after overtaking Lord of the Jungle. Duff Dad from Team Live for Speed has significantly closed the gap to Used John 7, now just 48 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Edelbok is making impressive progress, narrowing the distance to Neotexon by 45.9 seconds. In a tighter battle, Lord of the Jungle is gaining on the gentleman, reducing the gap to just 2.4 seconds. Overtakes could be imminent in the upcoming laps. Kamikaze 38 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners has successfully moved into P3 after executing a well-timed overtake on Lord of the Jungle, who now drops back to power. Pace is picking up as the top drivers are closely matched in speed. Meanwhile, the leader remains unchallenged at the front, maintaining a comfortable gap. But Maya is gaining ground on Planetron Enemy Fan and Sir Ironbot, reducing the gap by 46.1 seconds. Tenkamen 704 has advanced to P9 after successfully overtaking Arayu Serial, who has now dropped to 10. Meanwhile, Arayu Serial has managed to move ahead of Okayoki 3 to reclaim that position. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as positions continue to change. LPIOSD is now just 32.6 seconds behind Greninja, making significant progress in the chase. Meanwhile, about 30 Llamas is also gaining on LPIOSD, reducing the gap by 35.1 seconds. In a notable move, Tenkamen 704 has advanced to P8 after overtaking Lord of the Jungle. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers pick up pace. Lord of the Jungle has successfully moved into P9, executing a clean overtake on Arayu Serial. The maneuver looked calculated as he utilized the slipstream before making his move on the outside. Meanwhile, Arayu Serial drops to Pen, now under pressure from the cars behind. The race dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change rapidly. Simflamarcus has made significant progress, closing the gap to about 30 llamas by 11.9 seconds. Meanwhile, Aranjatev is also gaining on Arafael, reducing the distance by 5.7 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as both drivers are intensifying their efforts to secure better positions. Neotexum is currently in the lead, but ISI 1212 has been gaining ground, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. This could set up for a potential overtake if ISI maintains this pace. Meanwhile, behind them, car number 45 is also showing strong performance, keeping close to the back of ISI 1212. The battle for the top positions is intensifying as we move forward in the race. Neotexum in the McLaren F1 LM is currently battling ISI 1212 in the Dower 962 LM for P21. Neotexum has just made a strong move on the inside at turn 5, gaining an advantage as they exit the corner. However, ISI 1212 is not giving up easily and is staying close, looking to retake the position on the next straight. The race dynamics between these two are tense, with both cars showing impressive speed and agility. Meanwhile, their lap times are closely matched, suggesting that this battle could continue for several laps. Red Panama has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Simflamarcus by 51.6 seconds. Hugot 3 is also gaining ground on the gentlemen, decreasing their distance by 2.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Grenijeb is closing in on Okayoki 3, trimming the gap by 2.9 seconds.